we have Australia's largest range of tyre brands and sizes. Find a cheaper identical tyre locally stocked and we'll beat it. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
It's round 13 action in the NPL. South Melbourne travel here to the Grange Reserve to take on Kingston. First time South Melbourne side has played at this venue for over 10 years. It's the newly promoted Kingston side who started the season pretty well. South Melbourne a bit shaky but finding some better form. Halfway point of the season here in round 13 and important for both sides to try and shore up their credentials as top 5 candidates. Millar's throw comes across. Cleared for the moment, but Fashini marshalling the midfield. Sends it back in, out wide there. Epifano, keeper's committed. Epifano, it goes into the middle. It's going to be a goal. It is. It's Lujic with the final touch. Sadakoski came out to try and close down Epifano, who played a lovely ball in. It might have been heading into goal. Lujic made sure of it. Credit Epifano with the move. Lujic with the touch at the end. Well, it was a nice ball played in initially there by Fashini. Dangerous. Spotted Epifano. Sadakoski, if he had his time again, he might not commit so quickly to that one. Rolling very close to goal, probably rolling in. Lujic making sure of it. And 1-0 inside the first minute. I can't remember the last time that one happened. As we can see, they're rolling. Maybe might have been hitting the post. Lujic, probably fair enough that he touches that one in. One of the easiest he'll score. Fashini out wide to Daly, who gets a run in the starting lineup today. Was very good off the bench last week against Bentley. Millar's cross into the middle. Dangerous, close. A chance now maybe for Schroen. And that one cleared away. Kingston defence looking a little bit shaky in the first few minutes here. Vranasevic for Zved. Zved jostling with Millar. Zved still going. It's a nice effort there and still attacking the ball here, Kingston. They might still be dangerous. Zved with an opportunity. Lines up the shot from long range, dipping and taken nicely by Reganovic, palming that down to his right, and it will be cleared away by Daly. Zved was just consistently on the ball there. Put a nice, dangerous, dipping shot in. Reganovic saw it early and dealt with it nicely. Fashini. The pass in for the first goal initially, and he's found Daly here. If Daly can keep his feet, he can. He's done well here. Daly gets back onto the left foot. Uses Matty Millar short. Now Schroen. Schroen opts to pass to Epifano. Epifano's flick. Norton the volleyed cross and not dealt with by the Kingston defence. Chance for Lujic on the turn. He couldn't get the time and the balance to get that one on target. A little bit shaky again from the Kingston defence there. South could probably have a couple already. And it's a nice ball out there on the right by Irwin. It'll come back to him, Chris Irwin. Irwin's ball into the middle, looking for Zved. And well, was that a handball? A couple of shouts there by the Kingston defence. See here on the replay, the cross came in low. Well, Michael Eager deflecting it up. It probably hit just on the point of the shoulder and the chest there, so not enough for the referee to need to pay it. Schroen now. Opportunity Epifano, some fancy footwork. Puts that one across towards the far post. Lujic with the header into the arms of Sadakoski, who's gloved that one comfortably that time. Millar. Now Millar. Back to Millar. Millar with the cross into the middle. Flick by Schroen. Wanted Lujic, couldn't find him. Great chance for Daly. Deflected and it's gone just wide. The follow-up header from Milos Lujic. It was like a pinball machine in there. It went bang, bang, bang. Great chance initially for Jesse Daly. Another failed clearance by the Kingston defence. Daly hit the shot pretty well, in fairness. Sadakoski got in the way. And Milos Lujic with an open net in front of him has put it off the post and wide. Corner swinging across. Headed out for the moment. Vranasevic comes in. The shot charged down. Millar can't deal with it. Zved gets a second go at it, but puts it into the arms of the waiting Nikola Reganovic. And they might launch something on the counter-attack here, South Melbourne. Epifano's very fast, we know. He's got his ex-teammate Chris Irwin in front of him. Epifano goes round Irwin. Epifano charges into the box. Epifano on the left foot. The shot just over the bar. Great build-up there by Epifano. Very dangerous run. Just couldn't keep the shot down that time. Long throw goes into the box. And they've managed to keep it here, Kingston. Opportunity maybe. It's done it to you. Gives it across to the middle, and that shot goes flying by Zved. In fact, it was Vranasevic this time in the middle there. Had a chance, and they've had a couple of good long-range shots here, Kingston. That one just wide of the upright, dipping and bouncing in front of the keeper. Difficult to deal with. Daly committed to the tackle, but unable to keep Zved out of it. Zved goes the switch. Nice ball. Chance for Irwin. Irwin gives it to his captain, Stamatiu. Stamatiu into Irwin. Irwin keeps his feet. Irwin on the right foot. It's a goal. Kingston draw level. Well, they had their opportunities. They've looked dangerous on the counter-attack. They've looked dangerous from range. And this time it's the former South Melbourne man using his pace, using the quality of his right foot strike to put it past Nikola Raganovic into the back of the net. Stamatiu, we can see in the replay, just waited just long enough. Timed his run nicely, did Chris Irwin into the gap, past Bradley Norton, into the back of the net. And Kingston, they've taken their chance. It is 1-1 now in South Melbourne. They'll be ruining the opportunities they missed. You can see from that replay, well, there's good balance there, good poise from Chris Irwin into the back of the net, across the body of the keeper. And that one from Iaconis is charged down. And now South Melbourne, Schroen on the counter-attack. Goes wide to Millar, if Millar can keep it in. He can, Matty Millar. Millar with the long floating cross, back post. There was Schroen to follow up. Schroen started the move and tried to finish it as well. His header looked like it was on target, but it was blocked by the defender who just cut across to get in the way. I don't know if he knew too much about it there, but he was in the vicinity, and Schroen unfortunately couldn't find the gap for the shot. Millar. Now Sved. Sved, there's that dangerous cross-peeled pass there. An opportunity maybe. And the shot goes flying over the bar that time from Iaconis, I think it was. Yeah, disappointing finish there because it was a nice build-up and it could have been a chance for them to go 2-1. Eager. And South Melbourne getting numbers forward, trying to start the second half like they finished the first. Schroen wanted Epifano, couldn't reach him, but now Bradley Norton with the first real shot in anger in the second half. It was a long-range attempt, it was an audacious attempt, in the end over the bar. Throw coming back into the middle. Stamatiu gave the assist for the first goal and he's through here. An opportunity maybe he can get round Timmy Millar. Dangerous ball, not dealt with. Bobbles up and eventually Raganovic gloves it. And some shaky moments at the back for South there. They're really under pressure from the Kingston counter-attack. Daly's corner goes to the far post. Opportunity for Schroen. The header goes down and it's cleared off the line. I can't tell if it was keeper or defender there. A couple of bodies got in the way. You can see Schroen just got way too much space, unmarked at the back post. I think it was Stamatiu who put his foot down there, the keeper. Sadakowski, I should say, the keeper, and cleared that one away. Lujic can't get up for that one, but it might sit okay here for Daly and Schroen. Schroen keeps going. Now Epifano with some space for a cross. Gives it to his skipper, Bradley Norton. Norton looking over there for Lujic, almost. A chance on the follow-up. Millar, it's charged down and shouts for a handball. Well, the South Melbourne strikers seemed to think they had a penalty claim there. It was almost a perfect ball. Sadakowski came out and claimed it. Millar's shot, and yes, it does go flying up into the arm of the defender there. In fairness to the referee, would have been very difficult to see and harsh to pay. And the cross goes across the face, back out to the edge of the box. And it'll be South Melbourne who come up with the clearance, and now they can try something on the counter-attack. Daly plays that one forward. Opportunity, Sadakowski's committed, he's left the goal mouth open, and Marcus Schroen with an empty net. All he had to do was put it on target. He just had too much time to think about it and blasted it high and wide. Adams' low pass, clever touch by Epifano, who's played Fashini into a bit of space here. Fashini comes from long range, the shot. Well, that was interesting. A chance maybe on the follow-up. And Milos Lujic couldn't get there before Sadakowski. Epifano floats that one very, very high. And maybe an opportunity for Fashini on the follow-up. Matthew Fashini, he's been trying those for most of the season now. He hasn't been able to get one in the back of the net yet, but you feel like it could be coming. Standing over the free kick, which dips, and it was dipping quite dangerously late there by Vranasevic. A couple more metres out, and it might have been in the back of the net. Long ball played forward, but it comes right back, and Kingston will cough it up again, but get it straight back. It's literally going end-to-end at the moment. The chance for the long-range shot, that's a disappointing attempt there. Had time and space to tee it up, but put it well off target. Norton's ball to Daly, just keeping it in, plays in towards the middle. Danger not dealt with yet. They might get another go. No, in fact, it's Kingston. Well, now Kingston on the counter-attack. Space opens up in front of Iaconis. He gives it across. Opportunity now for Vranasevic. Still Vranasevic. Vranasevic with the shot. That is very disappointing. He had plenty of time there. He did all the build-up work right, and in the end, he couldn't get the shot on target. Well, Jesse Daly off the park now. On comes Stefan Zinni, his first game for the club. Dealt with by Millar. clearance to Lujic. Well, that's a clever ball by Lujic because it's played Epifano into some space. He's got Stefan Zinni in front of him. Here's Zinni, first touch, first moment, plays it across the face, chance for Lujic! I do not believe it. Milos Lujic, he won't get too many easier than that. He must have just lost it for a moment there, perhaps it bobbled. Well, it was a perfect chance, great ball in from Epifano to Zinni. Zinni, all calm and composure, spots Lujic. Oh, Milos Lujic will not want to see that one again. Empty net, just a metre out, and he's put it over the bar. Norton. Epifano. Left foot or right foot, it probably doesn't matter too much for Epa, he's pretty good at both. The header away, temporarily, Schroen. Now Millar. Still got lots of numbers forward here. Ball flicked in. Excellent header there by Lujic to Millar! And they've broken through South Melbourne at last. They've had plenty of opportunities. It was Matty Millar. He is in some rich vein of form, this youngster. A very clever finish. And they rushed to Matty Millar, also to Milos Lujic. It was a beautiful little flick with his head there for the assist. He hasn't hung his head too much since missing that chance. You can see here the ball in. It was Zinni who gave it initially. That was a clever flick by Lujic. Really nicely done. Millar got there before Sadakowski just tucked it calmly into the back of the net. And South Melbourne at last break through to take the lead once again. We can see here Matty Millar, well, that's just composure for one well beyond his young years. And shaking the fence there, the South Melbourne fans pretty excited, as you can see on the camera. Luke Adams comes charging. An unusual spot for him to be putting a long cross in. And they'll want to scurry back here because Kingston have opened them up at the back. Chris Irwin comes forward, Raganovic comes out, and I think it was a save, was it, to put it wide? No goal kick, says the referee. The pressure there from Raganovic just forcing Irwin into the mistake. He was through one-on-one with time and space, and you can see there he perhaps was trying to play it past Raganovic and follow it up, and just couldn't quite get the connection. Kingston starting to throw everything forward now, and this is where they could get caught on the counter-attack because Stefan Zinni has looked very, very good in his first 15 or so minutes for the club. Opportunity maybe for Schroen. Schroen picked the gap and saw a little hole in the open bottom of the net there, tried it, couldn't quite get it on target. Coming forward again here, Kingston, as we tick into the final 8 or 9 minutes of the game. Still plenty of time for goals. It's been very open tonight. Vranasevic as dangerous as any. Now coming forward here, the shot from long range is dipping again, but it wasn't on target. And you just feel like a game this open, the shot there from Zved, there could be another twist in this tale coming up. Epifano, well, he's got a fortunate one here. The misplaced header, Epifano, the shot charged down. And Kingston, well, now can they get something going on the counter? Timmy Marler looks to stuff that out, but it's still Kingston pressing forward with pure weight of numbers. Still Kingston here. Zved, off balance. Zved puts the shot over the bar, and that was just a sheer effort goal attempt there by Zved charging forward. Stamatiou gives it out to the left-hand side. Eager's header clearance. Now Millar hoofs that one up. Schroen reaches it. And now it opens up Epifano, an opportunity for South perhaps to get that third killer blow here. Epifano comes, gives it, chance, Zinni across the face, and just wide. In fact, it was Lujic, Milos Lujic, desperately seeking that second goal to kill it off. A decent attempt, but just wide. Corner comes floating in, they're throwing everything forward. Here the header at the far post goes down past the upright, and that perhaps might have been the final opportunity. Well, a time-wasting substitution here. Marcus Schroen comes off, on comes Liam McCormick. Raganovic's ball wasn't the best upfield, but it won't matter. The referee's seen enough. 94 minutes gone, and that will be all. 2-1 South Melbourne. They went ahead twice in this game. Kingston kept coming and coming. Very unlucky not to score a second. Mind you, South could have had a couple of goals extra as well. So, entertaining game for the neutrals. A very important 3 points for South Melbourne. That sees them finish the halfway point of the season in the top 5. Something that they've been pushing for over the last few weeks. Showing their appreciation for the travelling fans there. I got Stefan Zinni here with me. First of all, congratulations on your South Melbourne debut, and what an exciting 30 minutes to start.
Yeah, it was pretty hectic to come on that game, you know, drawing and then to come on and finally win the game and lock up the game was a tough game, but good to get the 3 points.
Now, you nearly had an assist with your first touch. I'm sure that Milos has probably earned the right to a couple of missed chances, but you must have been thinking you'd teed him up for a sitter there.
Yeah, I'd actually already started celebrating before, because I knew Milos was on the end of it, so I thought Millsy would bury it, but things like that happen, I guess. So at least we won the game, that's what matters.
And credit to Millsy, he gave a nice little flick to Matty Millar for the winner in the end.
Yeah, it made me look good, sort of a no-look pass from me, and then came off to Millsy and Matt Millar put it in.
I heard you've only been back from Sydney and Melbourne for a day or so you've done pretty well to gel with the side. Have you had much of a chance to train with these boys?
And actually haven't had much of a chance recently. Did most of the pre-season with the boys, did the pre-season trip and whatnot. No, slipped in fine tonight. I think really know how the boys play and been watching online live on Facebook, so sort of gelled in nice and well, so it was good.
Yeah, great to come here and get the 3 points. A few results went our way over the weekend, but we just got to focus on winning games week in, week out. Obviously, we didn't have the best start, but now we're starting to put a few wins together and climbing up the table. And there's a good feeling amongst the boys in the change room now, so we just got to bring that week in, week out.
It's good to see that with Lee Monopolis going down, we can cover him pretty well now. Jesse Daly, I thought, did a fantastic job starting, and then Stefan Zinni, both more than adequate replacements. So squad depth crucial at this stage of the season.
Yeah, with coming into competitions like the FFA Cup and the league games week in, week out, it's going to be a whole squad performance to get us through. So, yeah, all the boys that have come in doing very well, and it's going to be a really tough competition for spots, but that's the exciting part. I think we've been defending well as a unit. It's not just the defence, it's a whole 11 over the last few weeks that have been putting in the effort and working hard to help each other out, and that's really made the difference. I think over the last 5 weeks we've had quite a few clean sheets, which is important for us in the way that we play. So if we can take that moving forward, that work rate, and that we'll be right.
Yeah, I mean, full credit to Kingston. They pushed us all the way, but, you know, first 15 minutes, if we were 3 up, no one would have complained. So, you know, you don't put your chances away, you bring the other side back in the game, and that's really what happened today. But credit to them, that, you know, they fought right the way to the end. But, you know, credit to the boys, they turned it on a bit second half. It was an end-to-end game, and certainly they had chances as well. But deep down, you know, I felt the chances that we had, you know, far outweighed theirs, and we were good for the 3 points in the end.
We'd have loved to have had Stefan Zinni from the start of the season. At what stage did you know that he was going to figure in your plans tonight?
About 4 o'clock today, so you know, that seems to be the case with Stefan. We lost him an hour before the deadline at the start of the season, and got him back just before kick-off today. So, look, it's a good addition for us. He you know, injects some pace into our attack, and I thought when he came on today, he certainly changed the game for us.
We didn't know what to think. After 7 games, we had just 4 points. Now you look at the halfway point of the season, I think we're sitting 4th at the moment, and we're only 2 or 3 points off the top of the table. So in the end, the first half of the season doesn't seem that bad, and the second half we can pick it up and still finish quite high.
Yeah, I mean, look, you know, I've always said it's a marathon, not a sprint, you know, and we have to look at the overall thing. The main thing, as we proved last year, is to be right at the end of the season. When we do that, we win trophies. You don't win trophies at this stage of the year, but it's nice to pick up points every week and keep knocking on the door at the top.